Navigating Complex Interpersonal Dynamics Abstract. This article explores the challenging yet common workplace reality of dealing with manipulative individuals. Drawing from research on dark triad personality traits. It defines manipulation as deliberately controlling others through deception or coercion for personal gain. The text outlines typical manipulative behaviors, including lying, playing victim, insincere flattery, creating division, and intimidation, while acknowledging various underlying causes from personality disorders to insecurity. The article then provides practical, evidence-based strategies for managing these difficult relationships, setting clear boundaries, diffusing manipulative tactics through calm and fact-based responses, strengthening team cohesion to prevent divisiveness, and maintaining compassionate professionalism throughout. Through real-world examples across different industries, the article demonstrates how leaders can minimize the negative impact of manipulation while fostering healthier workplace dynamics, ultimately showing that with strategic vigilance and dignified approaches, manipulation need not undermine organizational functioning. No one enjoys working with manipulative individuals. However, in many organizations and industries, it is an unavoidable reality that some personalities can be difficult to deal with. As leaders and co-workers, it is important to understand how to effectively manage relationships and minimize potential negative impacts from manipulative behaviors. In this article, we will explore research-based insights into the typical behaviors of manipulative people. Understanding manipulative behaviors before addressing how to work with a manipulative person. It is worth understanding what constitutes manipulative behavior and why some individuals engage in it. According to research on dark triad personality traits, manipulation is a socially aversive tactic involving deliberately controlling or influencing others for personal gain or pleasure through deceptive means such as deception, influence or coercion. Jonathan et al. 2013, p. 107. Some common tactics of manipulative individuals include lying or exaggerating information to take advantage of others or get their own way. Jonathan and McCain. 2012. Playing the victim role to elicit sympathy and avoid responsibility for their own actions. Jonathan and McCain. 2012. Flattery and insincere praise to charm and persuade others against their self-interest. Jonathan and Webster. 2010. Creating division between co-workers to sow seeds of distrust and limit team cohesion. Jonathan and Webster. 2010. Threatening or intimidating behavior when they do not get their own way. Jonathan et al. 2009. While some individuals are simply dispositionally manipulative due to personality traits like narcissism or psychopathy, others may resort to manipulation due to insecurity, a need for control, or dysfunctional relationship patterns learned in childhood. Hare and Newman. 2008. Jonathan and McCain, 2012. Understanding potential motivations, even if they do not excuse the behavior, can help manage interactions more constructively. Setting boundaries and limiting exposure once aware of typical manipulative tactics. Leaders and co-workers can take steps to set appropriate boundaries and limits on a manipulative individual's influence. Some practical strategies include having occasional one-on-one meetings with the person to address concerns over behaviors transparently while also listening to understand their perspective. Communicating clear expectations regarding honesty, respectful conduct, and not undermining team relationships. Documenting problematic incidents privately in case escalated action is needed. Referring the individual to organizational resources like employee assistance if manipulative behavior stems from underlying personal issues. Limiting opportunities for the person to exclusively interact one-on-one with vulnerable co-workers or provide sensitive updates without oversight. Conducting team meetings and projects using transparent communication norms that discourage dividing or singling out individuals. Pairing the person with a trusted co-worker mentoring them on constructive workplace relationships. For example, in one manufacturing company, a supervisor manipulated vulnerable new hires by praising their work to their face but complaining about them privately to sow seeds of mistrust. Palmiotto. 2015. In response, the manager had one-on-one conversations explaining such behaviors damage team cohesion. Then paired the supervisor with a senior coworker to model more positive leadership. Diffusing manipulative tactics when directly dealing with a manipulative individual's behavior. Remaining composed and refusing to take the bait of manipulation is important. Some strategies include: remain calm and do not react angrily or defensively to provoking statements, "This is what the person wants." Do not feel personally responsible for meeting all the demands or perceived slights of the manipulator. Do not gossip about or badmouth the person with others, address issues directly and professionally. Interrupt and redirect attention away from accusatory or blaming narratives onto constructive problem solving. Check facts privately if being urged to take action against a coworker based on the manipulator's claims alone. Refuse to scapegoat or turn against coworkers as the manipulator may try to encourage. For example, at an advertising agency, an account executive would often blame assistants for small errors to avoid responsibility. Cullen. 2012. When disputes arose, the director learned to individually verify claims. Avoid reacting harshly, and redirect discussions toward solutions rather than accusations. Maintaining strong team relations while setting boundaries with a manipulative individual. Leaders and coworkers must also focus on nurturing overall team cohesion that cannot be undermined. This involves positive strategies such as openly and frequently recognizing contributions of all team members to encourage cooperation over competition. Fostering psychological safety so coworkers feel comfortable coming to you with issues rather than believing the manipulator's divisive narratives. Mediating interpersonal disputes constructively by listening to all perspectives with neutrality and identifying mutual understanding or compromise. Promoting a culture of respect, support, and integrity through leading by example. Clear communication of values and intolerance of harmful behaviors. For instance, one retail manager addressed complaints about a manipulative cashier by privately acknowledging concerns. Emphasizing team member worth equally, mediating to find areas of agreed-upon improvement. Then praising cooperative efforts. Schmid, 2018. This diffused manipulation attempts while strengthening relationships. Handling manipulative people with compassion while staying strategically vigilant and protecting coworkers. It also helps to handle interactions with manipulative individuals in a spirit of basic human dignity and compassion wherever possible. Some final suggestions include: do not stoop to personal attacks. Ridicule or reciprocating harmful behaviors, as this validates unhealthy workplace conduct. Express willingness to have an open and honest discussion to problem-solve issues from a place of understanding different perspectives. Acknowledge any valid work-related concerns manipulators may bring up while staying focused on mutual understanding over blaming. Avoid making assumptions about motives and personally engaging or fueling office gossip about the individual. Wish them the best in resolving personal issues through appropriate channels if manipulation seems driven by external stresses. Compassion requires checking reactions, focusing on issues not people. Separating work performance from personal worth, and giving space for improvement. For example, one educator handled a manipulative colleague's complaints by empathizing yet politely declining inappropriate requests, while still greeting them cordially in shared spaces. Bruce. 2020. This led to an eventual de-escalation of tensions over time. Conclusion: in many workplaces, leaders and co-workers will inevitably encounter individuals engaging in manipulation for various reasons. However, by gaining a deeper understanding of typical manipulative behaviors and motivations, setting clear expectations and boundaries, diffusing manipulative tactics constructively, nurturing overall team cohesion and approaching challenges with compassion, It is possible to continue working productively even with difficult personalities. With strategic vigilance and a commitment to resolution through dignity and understanding over blame. Manipulation attempts need not define relationships or undermine organizational functioning. Leaders modeling these wise approaches can minimize potentially toxic interpersonal dynamics and maximize cooperation within their teams.